Alright, so this new video is titled The Return of Veterans. Where do they fit? In professional wrestling, you have people that careers may have been shortened, may have had to take a hiatus here or there for family reasons, financial reasons, mental, personal, what have you, and they return. Some just return just for a paycheck. One of the curious things that has happened in the past couple years between Goldberg returning, I'll actually go back and scratch Goldberg because I'm gonna go to, even though he's in his prime, a prime Brock Lesnar returning to WWE. Brock Lesnar, in my opinion, started this curb with the returning veterans in professional wrestling. One of the interesting factors right now with Brock, people don't really think about, is when Brock returned, he actually lost to a lot of people. He won some good matches and he put on good matches, but he lost to the likes of John Cena, Triple H, different people. And it was an interesting thing because he put people over. People that didn't really need to be over, like Triple H and John Cena, but he put on really good matches. One of the curious things about Brock, people don't really think about, is although Brock was on his whole, hiatus as champion and had the belt basically hostage for months on end, when he would defend that title belt, 9 times out of 10, the matches he had were classics, and the good matches were against guys significantly smaller than him: Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, just to name those three specific people that he had really amazing matches against. And to go and elaborate further, once Goldberg came back, it was clear the tide was changing, in the sense that these veterans came back just for the paycheck. Brock came back for the paycheck, but he put in the work. That's one difference. You had now Edge, who won the Royal Rumble. A lot of people, didn't feel he deserved it. Personally, I love Edge. Like, he's one of in my top 10 for WWE wrestlers of all time, in my personal top 10. But I see where people are coming from, because this past Friday, from the date of this recording, Daniel Bryan and Edge had a very good back and forth, and it was rumored for months before Edge's return, Daniel Bryan was actually the shoe-in to win the Royal Rumble. Now you flash forward back years ago, the same situation happened with Batista coming back. Batista, being a veteran, coming back and winning a spot that a younger talent was supposed to get, and how that was built. Let's see if this ages well enough and WWE decides to do a triple threat between Edge, Roman, and Daniel for the title belt at WrestleMania, and have Daniel win. That would be a very cool callback to a WrestleMania past, with a beautiful moment like a Daniel Bryan coming up. But you could see with Daniel's promo from that SmackDown, he used the term going into business for yourself. And that was basically the rumor going around, that Edge politicked to get the title belt that he never lost back. Which I'm like, yeah, that works. Personally, I feel as though Edge should have just wrestled, here and there, and then let the people want to say, hey, I want Edge to win the title belt back one more time. Even though there's a pandemic, no crowd really. Social media is the only other outlet to, weigh out how fans want to see, the product. So that's one case of veterans returning, and how could they actually help out. Then you have Christian, who went to AEW because Christian actually wanted to be a full-time wrestler again, wrestle weekly. So, and that would have included him losing and winning matches, because Christian does not come off like a person that would politic to get a title belt or a title shot or to be the main event. Christian has always been my guy. Like, to me, I actually like him over Edge for, personal reasons why I like Christian over edge just a little bit more, and because Christian can fit into any mold and have a great match. Now, the jury's still out on him because AEW already put him in the title picture, sort of, facing off against the champion Kenny Omega. But we're going to leave the verdict open to when he starts to actually wrestle and see how that goes, because I do feel as though he could be a very good asset for a lot of the people on AEW's TV, where they need that veteran there to actually make them work. Not have the silly matches or the tongue-in-cheek, wink and point the gun style of matches where it's fake, but we're gonna put on a show anyway. No, treat it like it's a business. Treat it like it's work and do the work. Don't fake the funk. Be about it. Let it stink up the room, and let it smell glorious, and people love the smell because it's that bad. But joking aside, you could see a Christian coming back and maybe working with the talent a little bit more. In my opinion, that's the best way to have a veteran come back. The worst way, and this is going to make a lot of fans of Japanese wrestling upset, is Keiji Muto. Why is Keiji Muto the GHC heavyweight champion? Like, Go Shiozaki was injured, basically working injured for a year, shoulder damage, but he put on great matches against Fujita, against Nakajima, against Kaito, against Kano. He had great matches back to back to back. It is very rare for a champion to have, in this time frame, to have classic matches back to back where people are saying this man, Go Shiozaki, is the backbone of Pro Wrestling Noah. Just for Keiji Muto to come in and beat him. Yes, we know Muto's, history, lineage, how he's one of the greatest of all time, but the man is a broken man. You can see that. It was a clip going around crazy where he did his handspring elbow, and the man just collapsed halfway up and fell into the person he was fighting. It was funny and depressing at the same time, that the reality of age set in on somebody who was just a marvel in the ring. And then he just faced Kaito and basically jobbed the kid out. And I'm like, Kaito is a very good wrestler. Why didn't they just have Muto win it one good time and then take the belt off of him? Now he's got another person he's fighting, and this guy's a powerhouse, and I'm sitting here like, is he going to beat this powerhouse too? That's the worst way for a legend to come back. People can say what they want about Goldberg. At least Goldberg is a guy that knows his place, knows he can't go but 5 minutes. So he's a power guy. He's going to bang through and just try to finish the match and storyline as fast as possible, as to where Muto is sitting here having a long matches against people, and he's breaking down in front of your eyes. It's just, it's so sad to see. And I'm like, why is he the champion? Like, that's the worst way to bring in a veteran. In my opinion, the best veteran to come back in the history of professional wrestling is Shawn Michaels. Yes, people praise his name to death, but look at Shawn Michaels' return in 2002. He won the world title belt one time out of that return. He was in the title conversation for a while. He was in the title conversation for a good long while after that, after he lost it. But the man wrestled everybody. He sometimes would wrestle the opening match. Sometimes he would be in the middle of the card. Sometimes he would be the main event. Shawn Michaels showed you how a veteran is supposed to come back and help young talent get to a certain level. You can list off every great Shawn Michaels match post 2002 up until his retirement and say this man went out of his way to help people. He helped a young John Cena find his footing in the main event of a WrestleMania. He helped a young Chris Jericho elevate himself even more and made his heel character in 2008 feel legitimate. Because from that point going backwards with Jericho, he was just, oh, regular old heel, oh, I'm a heel, I'm low blow you, blah, 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 to where he was treated as a serious heel, that stoic, no smile look on his face, that fact that the man did not have any t-shirts during his heel run to make it feel even better, and he took a big pay cut, but it was worth it in retrospect. You have a guy like a Shawn Michaels who had just classics with the likes of Chris Jericho, RVD, even though Jericho, RVD, even though the RVD thing I believe was just a one-time match. Matches with Benoit, matches with Triple H, matches with matches with Ric Flair, excuse me, because they did actually fight a good amount of times before the retirement match. You have people as returning veterans like Shawn Michaels who just oozed to help people, and now you see he's in NXT as a head coach, and you can see the results of his helping. A lot of people are having really good matches and are understanding timing cues, etc., from one of the best of all time, the Showstopper. And you can even go as far as say as Shawn Michaels helped elevate Kurt Angle even more. You could argue that point with their series of matches where it was just amazing to see a Kurt Angle go at it with a Shawn Michaels, and every time they met, it was magic. That's how you bring back a veteran. You know, that's how you bring back a legend, especially if they can still hang. One of the interesting things I want people to go back, although his run as a veteran was very short lived due to injury, was the model Rick Martel. Rick Martel actually went to WCW as a veteran. He did, in fact, beat a young Booker T for the, I believe, United States title belt, but I believe Booker won it back. So it was a short-lived run, but that's also another good way you bring back a veteran. You know, let people see him, get his footing established, etc. But if you guys would like me to continue this talk on veterans, I'll do my history on veterans returning and see which ones worked and which ones didn't. Anyways, that's my time. Peace.